My name is Guadalupe. I am a nurse. I'm also a full-time student. I am in graduate school trying to pursue my nurse practitioner license, and I race motorcycles. I've been racing since 2017. I did half a season with AFM, and I've been racing with them ever since. I did used to do track days. I believe I started doing track days back in 2015 with my R6. To be honest, it was my husband, boyfriend at the time. He was racing and I would come and support him, and he always encouraged me to try, and I always thought I'm not fast enough, I don't have enough experience, but it literally took him for me to say one time, like, you know, maybe I'll try it, and that's all it took. And he rented one of the Feel Like a Pro bikes for me and signed me up and said, all right, go do your new racer school. I have you all set up. So he made it very easy, and I was, you know, I didn't have a choice, but I'm so glad that I went through with it, because I wouldn't have done it myself. I needed that extra push to get here. I was super intimidated because in my mind, being just, you know, a B group, recently A group rider, I always thought that racing was, you had to be at a certain level, and it was all the super duper fast guys and like pro guys and stuff. And I was intimidated. I didn't even sleep for like to the days coming up to the race, because I was just so scared and nervous. Yeah, I was super intimidated at the time. Looking back, I didn't have that much to be intimidated of, because everyone is just regular people. I mean, you obviously have the super duper fast guys going to Moto America, but everyone else is kind of like, they have regular jobs that they need to go back home to, and everyone's so like friendly and helpful, and if you have any questions, they're willing to answer your questions. And you know, for me, the most intimidating part was literally the start. Like, I get nervous, like, just know your grid number, write it down, and get into your grid spot, practice that start really well, and as soon as you get into the rhythm, it's, you know, it's fun. Especially if you're, you know, in the front row and you're trying to defend your position or your rank in the class. Some pressure. So here I have a brand new 2022 R7 that I purchased for myself for my 30th birthday back in November. So I bought it back in November, and just went straight to race conversion. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very excited to be on this bike. I race open twins now, so which is a really cool class, because it's all different types of bikes, all different types of models, and I've never ridden or raced a twin before. So I really like the engine, the power band, everything on it. It has a lot more torque, torque than my R6 or the 400s that I used to race. Yeah, that was what I had to learn, because I raced an R6, an older R6 too, and that revs so high, and you need to stay on that power band and my cue was hearing it, you know, the engine and the scream, for me to like my shift points and all that, just to make sure I'm on the power band. So jumping on this bike, I was told, you know, the power band's a lot more wider and it's lower. So it was like a learning curve to not always go high up into the red line, because that's not where the power is. It's lower, and the sound is amazing. I love it. It sounds so good.
That's the same way I feel about that.
Yeah, it sounds so good. People are like, is that an R1? What is that? You know, I'm like, no, it's an R7, and it sounds so nice and throaty and deep. I feel like every race season I have challenges. I think everyone does. This sport is so rewarding, but it can also be so hard because it's so mental. It's physical, but you can ask a lot of racers, and a lot of it's mental. So if you have some certain setbacks, or if you're not achieving certain milestones in your riding or racing, it could be a little defeating, or it could be a little, you have to search it a little deeper. So I feel like that's my biggest challenge this year. On a brand new bike, you know, everything's working well. So now it's up to me to show up and have more confidence in myself. So yeah, so the challenge is for myself is just to be a little bit more confident in myself and be more focused and go out there with the purpose every single time. I can't imagine in any other scenario where you push yourself this physically and mentally, and you learn about yourself. Like, you push your limits, you find your new limits, you see those limits, and then you have all these next goals, and then you realize that you're a lot more capable than what you thought, in terms of, you know, just tenacity, going out there and just keep trying, and miss any adversity that you may face, any challenges with the bike, with yourself, anything like that. And that translates into my workplace, into my education, and it's just like you do learn a lot out here, a lot of qualities and traits that you can translate into other aspects of your life, especially confidence, and just knowing that you have a lot more mental resilience, you know, compared to, you know, it challenges you in a positive way mentally, compared to like if it's in your job or school. For me, that's just stress. There's just complete stress. Like, this is a good type of stress. As silly as it may sound, my goal is to have fun. And I say this because I am notorious. You can ask anybody around here. They're like, oh, you look stiff out there. You look like, you know, you're hesitating, or like, you know, a certain type of way. And it's like, it's true, because in my previous motorcycles that I've raced, especially my R6, I was battling it a little bit, you know, like I wasn't progressing as much as I thought I wanted. And then that's why, like, when Yamaha came out with this, I'm like, you know, it's a perfect, because I used to race a 400, I raced the R6, I kind of want something in between. And I was ready to like quit racing, to be honest, because I was just, I'm like, I'm not progressing, what am I doing wrong, type of thing. But I'm like, and then Yamaha came out with this, I'm like, okay, it's a sign. It's a sign from the motorcycle gods to give us another chance. And yeah, I bought it, we built it, and it's like, that's my sole goal, is just to have fun, because when you have fun, you loosen up. When you have fun, you don't beat yourself up over seconds, you know, like you're out there having fun, and it brings motivation for you to come back to the next round and try it all over again. And you know, it just, like, that word and that feeling just brings on so much more positivity everywhere. It translates into your riding, into your motivation to come back and stuff like that. So that's my main goal. And obviously, if I get faster, and I have been getting a lot more comfortable and faster on this bike, but it's just that, just having fun, because that's what it's all about. Like, at the end of the day, we have to go back to our normal jobs. At the end of the day, we want to go back in one piece. We want to go back and tell our friends and brag about all of our cool, like, experiences here, and like be really cool amongst all the normal people. So it's just having fun. That's my goal, and so far I am accomplishing it.